When we talk about Africa, it's essential to understand that it's a vast continent with diverse regions, histories, cultures, and experiences. Among its many divisions, East Africa and West Africa often come up in comparative conversations. These two regions, while sharing continental ties, differ significantly in terms of cultural traditions, economic development, historical evolution, and even tourist attractions. This video will take you on a comprehensive journey highlighting the strengths and weakness of both East and West Africa and what makes each stand out on the global stage. Before we continue, I'm Teresa and you're welcome and welcome back to this channel. If you are new here, consider subscribing. Don't forget to turn on post notification because that will notify you whenever I drop new content on this channel. Also, don't forget to like, comment, and share. So, starting with culture, East Africa, home to countries like Kenya, Tanzania, Ethiopia, Rwanda, and Uganda, boast a cultural identity rooted deeply in indigenous traditions and ancient kingdoms. The Swahili culture dominates the coastal regions, blending African, Arab, and Persian influences into one colorful mosaic. Music in East Africa is heavily influenced by traditional rhythms and instruments like the atiti in Kenya and the kra in Ethiopia. Meanwhile, language plays a unifying role, with Swahili serving as a common lingua franca in countries like Kenya and Tanzania. The cultural depth of Ethiopia, for example, traces back thousands of years with its own alphabet and a Christian Orthodox tradition unique to the region. Moving forward, West Africa tells a different cultural story, one characterized by powerful empires, a diversity of languages, and energetic music scenes. Countries like Nigeria, Ghana, Senegal, and Cote d'Ivoire have cultures rooted in kingdoms like Mali, Ashanti, and Oyo. Nigeria alone has over 500 languages, making it one of the most linguistically diverse countries in the world. Music from this region, such as Afrobeat, Highlife, and Juju, have made global waves, with artists like Burna Boy and Wizkid carrying their cultural identities proudly. Fashion, foods, festivals, and dance in West Africa are vibrant and community-oriented, drawing crowds from across the globe. When we look at development, both regions have made significant strides, though through different pathways and challenges. East Africa has emerged as a hub for technological innovation. Kenya, for instance, earned the nickname Silicon Savannah due to its flourishing tech ecosystem, highlighted by the success of mobile money service M-Pesa. Rwanda, after recovering from its dark history, has transformed into one of Africa's cleanest and safest countries, with Kigali being a model for urban development and governance. Infrastructure projects like the Standard Gauge Railway in Kenya and Ethiopia's Grand Renaissance Dam show the region's ambition towards industrialization and energy sufficiency. In West Africa, development has largely been driven by natural resources and population strength. Nigeria, the region's most populous country, is a major oil producer and the largest economy in Africa by GDP. Lagos, Nigeria's commercial capital, is a booming metropolis of over 20 million people and a rising fintech capital. Ghana has also taken giant strides in stability and economic diversification, positioning itself as a prime destination for foreign investment. Countries like Senegal and Cote d'Ivoire are also experiencing rapid urban growth and infrastructure improvements, with projects like Dakar's new airport and the Abidjan Metro showing signs of modernity. Tourism offers another compelling comparison. East Africa is renowned for its wildlife safaris, with Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda leading the way. The Serengeti, Masai Mara, and the Ngorongoro crater are among the most famous conservation areas globally. Tourists flock to witness the Great Migration, a spectacle of millions of wild beasts crossing crocodile-infested rivers. Gorilla trekking in Rwanda and Uganda has become a premium adventure, attracting ecotourists from all over the world. Ethiopia, meanwhile, offers a different kind of experience. Historic churches carved into rocks in Lalibela, the castles of Gondar, and the source of the Blue Nile. West Africa's tourism appeals lies in its vibrant cultural experiences, historical significance, and beach resorts. Ghana has become the top destination for African diasporans, especially during events like the Year of Return in 2019. Cape Coast Castle and Emina Castle offer emotional, educational experiences tied to the transatlantic slave trade. Senegal's Gorée Island is another symbolic site of this painful history. Lagos offers a bustling nightlife, art, and luxury beach resorts, while the music festivals in Accra, Dakar, and Abidjan draw thousands annually. Though wildlife tourism isn't as prominent in West Africa as in the East, its cultural immersion is second to none. And when it comes to cuisine, the two regions take different paths to the same goal: delicious, hearty meals. East African dishes often center around stews, rice, and plantains. Ugali in Kenya and Tanzania, injera with spicy wat in Ethiopia, and matoke in Uganda as staples of the region. Their use of spices, slow-cooked meat, and locally available ingredients gives East African cuisine a unique flavor that ties communities together. West African cuisine, however, is bold, spicy, and internationally recognized. Jollof rice is perhaps the most iconic dish, and friendly rivalry between Nigeria and Ghana over whose jollof is best is legendary. Other popular dishes include egusi soup, pounded yam, suya, and wache. The use of palm oil, chili peppers, groundnuts, and local vegetables create explosive flavors that represent the region's diversity and creativity in the kitchen. In terms of language and communication, East Africa tends to be more linguistically centralized due to the wide acceptance and use of Swahili. This lingua franca enables cross-border communication and fosters a sense of East Africa identity. In contrast, West Africa is more linguistically diverse. While French and English serve as official languages in many countries, local languages dominate daily life. Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, Ewe, and Wolof are widely spoken, and this linguistic diversity, while enriching, poses certain challenges for regional integration. Speaking of integration, East Africa has made commendable progress with the East African Community, that is EAC, a regional intergovernmental organization comprising six partner states: Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Rwanda, Burundi, and South Sudan. The EAC promotes economic cooperation, free movement, and common markets. The West African counterpart, that is ECOWAS, Economic Community of West African States, is larger and includes 15 countries. While ECOWAS has broader reach, implementation challenges such as political instability and language barriers have slowed integration efforts compared to EAC. Religion also plays a crucial role in both regions. East Africa has a mix of Christianity, Islam, and indigenous beliefs, with countries like Ethiopia being home to one of the oldest Christian traditions in the world. Islam dominates part of Somalia and the Swahili coast. West Africa, on the other hand, is religiously vibrant, with Islam prevalent in countries like Senegal, Mali, and northern Nigeria, and Christianity dominant in Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, and southern Nigeria. Traditional religions continue to influence cultural practices and festivals in both regions. Another fascinating comparison lies in fashion. East Africa's fashion tends to emphasize beadwork, kente prints, and a blend of Arab and African styles along the coast. Designers from Kenya and Tanzania are making their mark on global runways with eco-conscious fabrics and minimalist aesthetics. In contrast, West Africa is often associated with bold prints, elaborate head wraps, and intricate embroidery. Ankara and Ashwebi styles dominate ceremonies, weddings, and even red carpet events, with Nigerian designers gaining international acclaim. In education, East Africa has invested heavily in literacy and digital access. Rwanda's One Laptop Per Child initiative, Kenya's investment in ICT for schools, and Ethiopia's effort to provide free public education have borne fruit. West Africa, with larger population, faces more significant challenges in access and quality, though progress is evident. Ghana is noted for its free senior higher school policy, and Nigeria's numerous universities are producing tech-savvy graduates despite infrastructure hurdles. Sports, particularly football, unites both regions. East Africa has made strides in athletics, especially in long-distance running. Kenyan and Ethiopian runners dominate global marathons and Olympic events. West Africa, however, shines brightly in football. Nigeria, Ghana, and Senegal have produced world-class players and have had impressive performances in the FIFA World Cup. The passion for football runs deep, with local leagues and national teams enjoying strong support. In entertainment, both regions are powerhouses in their own right. West Africa, especially Nigeria, dominates the African film scene with Nollywood, the second largest film industry globally. Music from West Africa, Afrobeat, hip life, and gig home have gained global popularity. In East Africa, Bongo Flava from Tanzania, Gengeto from Kenya, and Ethiopian jazz have regional appeal and are slowly breaking into the international market. Let's talk about social structure and family life. East African societies, while increasingly urbanized, still value traditional family roles, respect for elders, and community interdependence. In rural areas, extended families often live together or nearby. In West Africa, similar values apply, but with an even more communal flair. Ceremonies like naming, weddings, and funerals involve entire communities. The role of chiefs and traditional rulers remains strong in countries like Nigeria and Ghana, influencing politics and culture. On the topic of youth and entrepreneurship, East Africa leads in tech startups and innovation hubs. Nairobi, Kampala, and Kigali have established themselves as centers for youth led businesses, especially in fintech and agri-tech. West Africa, on the other hand, is a hub for creativity, with Nigeria and Ghana producing digital entrepreneurs in fashion, music, media, and education. The youth in both regions are driving changes despite systemic challenges like unemployment and political unrest. So, as we've journeyed through the heart of Africa, from the great plains of East Africa to the bustling cities of West Africa, one truth becomes clear: both regions are rich in history, culture, resilience, and untapped potential. East Africa stands out for its breathtaking landscapes, thriving tech innovation, and a deep connection to ancient civilizations. Meanwhile, West Africa dazzles with its vibrant cultural expressions, powerful economies, and influential music and film industries. Despite their differences, both regions face similar challenges: youth unemployment, infrastructure gaps, political instability in some areas, but they also share a common determination to rise and redefine Africa's narrative on the global stage. Whether it's through ecotourism in Rwanda, Nollywood's global reach, Ethiopia's ancient legacy, or Ghana's diaspora appeal, East and West Africa continues to offer the world something uniquely beautiful and powerful. So where do you stand in this comparison? Are you drawn to the rhythmic soul of West Africa or the scenic spirit of East Africa? Let us know in the comments. Your voice matters. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed the deep dive. Subscribe to the channel for more engaging content on African culture, history, and development. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a new episode. And most importantly, share this video with friends and families so they too can learn and appreciate the richness of our beloved continent. This is more than just East versus West. It's about celebrating all that Africa is and all that it can become. So stay curious, stay informed, and keep supporting content that tells authentic African stories. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.